Look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been winning.
I can't believe I'm actually here. Maybe it's just the alcohol talking, but I think I've got a really good chance to pull this thing off.
Okay, let's get it. Got a little time on my hands like a wristwatch. I don't got time for the breaks and the pit stop. Race through the gridlock, take it like Chris Rock. Right to the chin, still win. Heavy metals like Slipknot.
We've made it to the ending, but not quite the end. I intend to fight to the last bell ring.
I got one division. Look, I don't ever bother with a critic. Hit him with a chronicle of Riddick. Boom, bottle full of riddle, and I hit him with a little bit of riddle me this, riddle me that. My bad.
You know, this game has been a whole lot about, you know, those little preconceived notions, but at this rate, I will fuck them all up.
I just did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, you know, I've been on a mission. Okay, let's get it.
We've been scraggling on the bottom this entire game, and now the only place to go is up.
He knew it for sure, but he left with a why. Yeah, we live, but we destined to die.
Every move I've made in this game up to this point hasn't been just to get to the end. It's been the fucking win. It's not finished.
You co-star, I got 5 for my name, he got no star. Come to me just to see how my shoes are.
They said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it.
Everyone here is about to get fucking rocked. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to fight, piss, shit, bite, and claw my way to victory.
Been on a what? Mission. Go. Okay, let's get it.
So, my mind's all over the place. Everything's fucked. It's all fucked. Fuck it all. The tribal council that we just went to, I threw my vote at a guy because, honestly, it didn't matter. And it didn't matter. If I had voted for the person that they told me to vote, the guy that they told me to vote would have gone home. If I voted the guy they told me not to vote, then that guy would not have gone home, and the same guy would have gone home.
And I literally would have brought you in, but I just couldn't risk that, like, something would have gone wrong.
I really thought that I was flipping. I really thought that we were going to get chased out. And they just pulled a fast one on me. And I should have realized that because I messaged Peter, who were there voting, and he said Larson, and I was like, oh, what, really? I heard Chase, and so they flip-flopped on me.
I feel like might have much better odds at reasoning with Dan than you, just because I was also a little blindsided by it. So.
Yeah, I agree.
My entire thing was there was no way in hell I was going to win in that gentleman's agreement. And he's telling me that soccer wasn't even going to go with it in the first place. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. What I do know is that as soon as I hear that my name's out, I got this shit.
I would just like to point out that I do believe I am overrated.
Me, Chase, and Soccer. We actually got together for once. Like, shit, this is the first 3 that we had since the start of the game, and we've just completely turned on each other. I mean, to be honest, like, you were kind of made a lot bigger of a threat than what I thought you were.
I was so shocked, like...
But now we're finally back together, so... Dude, this is the first time in 3 whole rounds, ever since the final 9, where I felt decent about my spot. Like, I feel like I have a bit of power for once, which is honestly crazy to think about.
Wait a minute. Why are they coming for me and not Lawson? Like, I get trying to take out Lawson. He was running the show.
It doesn't matter at all. I am not political in this game, at least not in the way that everyone else is. I am a ghost in the machine. I am just competing in challenges and surviving on the sidelines, observing, watching, and manipulating slightly. But ultimately, it's two different games, and I'm just kind of surviving here until eventually they scrape me off the side.
And like, I'm totally fine going after Nerf next, if that's what you want to do.
I don't know what I want to do yet. Once again, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep asking people questions. I want to collect the full narrative. I still haven't even spoken to... I spoke to Peter a little bit. I haven't spoken to Chase. I got the scoop from Nerf. I think I could work with Nerf. I don't think I'm going to be able to work with Chase again. I distrust Soccer. And if Nerf is the one orchestrating this, then he's doing a hell of a job because I need to go get my own narrative straight. So who do you want out first?
Who would I want out first?
Yeah.
Soccer. 100% Soccer. I think Soccer has the best resume going for him, and it's very clear. My goal here, this next vote, is to target Soccer. I've known for a long time now that Soccer is obviously the biggest threat to win this game. He's got the final 9 move of, convincing me to flip. He's got the final 8 move of Omega. He's got the final 7 move of, this. So I need to take out Soccer next. It's very, very clear in my eyes that Soccer is playing an amazing game.
Welcome, Final 6, to your Final 6 Immunity Challenge. This will guarantee yourself a spot in the Final 5. Peter, I'm going to have to take it back for the 3rd time. Individual immunity is back up for Dev. In today's immunity challenge, you guys will have to flick levers on all 4 sides of your thing. So there's 4 levers. There's 2 on the side as well. And watch this cool magic. If you open a chest, I swear to God, I do something bad. And look, it rises, and then you can actually access the chest. And it only opens for a limited amount of time. You will get numbered heads. Then, once you do 1 full round, you have to come over here and place your numbers 1 through 24. Alright, survivors ready. For immunity, go.
Wait. Okay.
You have to flip the levers in order to open the thing, remember. So you have to flip all 4. People are running to the back. Everyone should be rising. I don't know who's in this lane, but they're not... Oh, light, there you go.
Alright, so I didn't get 1, so I can go again,
You
right?
can just keep on going if you don't get it 1. Seems like Light has a lead, while Peter and Light seem to be even. Actually, Chase seems to be doing very well in this challenge. Peter working on his numbers. Who does it seem like it seems like it's Peter in the lead, followed by Chase and Soccer. That are kind of tied with Light, but also, and it looks like Dance and dead last. Light places down 3 more numbers. Peter comes back with a few numbers. 1.
Yeah, it's gonna start slowing down now.
Chase has a good amount of numbers down as well. Soccer seems to be being Soccer. Light coming back to place a few numbers. Peter placing a few numbers. Peter places 1 that round?
Yep.
Places another number. Peter is missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers.
This is where it gets intense, because now it's, do you remember what chest you haven't checked?
Precisely.
Yeah, it keeps hitting my head, and so I get crushed down. Goes there.
Peter has 2 numbers.
There we go.
Peter has 3 numbers that round. Peter only needs 2 more. Someone's gonna have to pick up the pace. Chase needs 2 numbers. Chase is right in it. Ooh. The question is, can Chase find the 2 before Peter finds the 1? Seems like Chase found 1. Chase did find 1.
Not
or is that 2?
That's just 1.
Dan's still checking the same section he's been checking the whole game.
I found 2 new numbers.
This is true.
Oh, got it.
Oh, and Peter found his last one.
So do I.
And Peter has won individual immunity for the 4th time in a row. Seconds in front of Chase. Peter, come accept your individual immunity. You are safe once again. Woo. For the rest of you, same story. One of you is going home. Head back to camp.
Yeah, this game has completely changed for me. My confessionals are just about the pain and grueling, agonizing crawl through each week as I try to win challenge after challenge. Did you see how close that last one was? He was like seconds behind me. He found his as I found mine. What are the fucking odds of that with 24 numbers and so many goddamn chests to check?
I think this might be the end of the road for me. I'm not feeling too good. I don't regret the move I made last tribal. I feel like I'm the kind of player that plays to win instead of playing to get second place. But I think I might have struck a little bit of fear in these people's eyes, maybe a little too much fear.
Man.
Huh?
I've not said your name. Who would I have said it to?
I don't know. I'm just saying that I've heard that you said my name.
I did not. Why would I throw out your name? It makes no sense.
I think that I need to either talk to Dan or Light because Nerf is really hard to trust right now. I know that you probably want to vote Chase out, but I don't feel like Chase is that big of a threat personally.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's just been overrated because he's
What would
working
you want to
with
do
Lawson. I still like Light.
Mm-hmm. So you want to do Dan?
Yeah, I feel like that's the. I mean,
you want to?
That's the only
I'd
move
be
that we
down
really
for
have.
that actually. Right now, I'm trying to make a move against Soccer. I'm trying to use Peter's hatred for Soccer for some reason, and then Light will listen to me no matter what. And trying to take out Soccer here. I think Soccer is probably going for me this tribal. I think it's time we take out Soccer here.
Yes! I don't actually dislike them, but I would like to thank the Academy. I would like to thank my family for always supporting me and calling me a little idiot who was always playing Minecraft and should have stayed in school. Well, look at me now, Mom. I've tied the record for challenge wins, and I've got the longest streak so far in the game. This is a momentous occasion.
Are we cool with Soccer?
Yeah, I'm cool.
I'm down for Soccer because he's a big player. I have like, trust me, like in my confessionals, I was just like, God damn, this guy, his head is turning. I know for a damn fact that Soccer was my closest ally throughout the game, but I really don't know if I'd want to keep him in.
I feel like our only option really is to trust Light because, I mean, Dan has kind of been, like, really weird since the last tribal. Like, I mean, I understand why, I can't blame him for it, but saying he's going to decide at tribal, and he was pretty iffy with me before the challenge, too.
I'm hearing 3 different names in the final 6. Apparently, there's a plan to go after Soccer, a plan to go after Nerf, and a plan to go after Dan, which honestly is music to my ears because I've been getting votes at the past several tribals, and it's nice to not be hearing my name.
Pretty much, it's between Soccer and Nerf right now. Nerf because of process of elimination, and Soccer because he made that massive move last tribal. Peter, Nerf, and Dan, they're all voting for Soccer, and Soccer and Chase, they're also voting for they're voting for Nerf.
If Soccer keeps building his resume, we might have to consider cutting him last minute, but
yeah,
we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I don't really think he's priority number 1 right now. Who knows? I have no idea what's going to happen at this tribal. I'm probably going to have to vote on gut feeling, to be completely honest with you.
I think that they're going to vote you, Dan.
Really?
You really think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, as the night gets a little bit later, as my thinking starts to kind of wane and my ability to critically think fades, you know, I don't really know. I'm being told that my name is being thrown out. I'm really thinking about doing something tonight. You know, with me, who do you want to vote?
Well, with our group?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Nerf is the best option, right? I mean, if you don't think he is, then that's fine. But I just feel like I feel like he's just scared that I'm going to go back to y'all, which is what's literally happening. If there's anything I'm good at, it's getting out of situations that I never have any real reason to get out of. But let me try to work some of my magic.
To be honest, I don't think that Nerf is playing like a respectful game at this point.
I don't either, but I feel like if I go here, then that leaves the final 5 as y'all. Nerf is trying to pull a little fast one on me. If he does get his way, at least it won't be a fast one. I would have seen it coming. I mean, where do you think that goes from there?
Probably vote me and Chase out.
I mean, I see that happening as well. Because I mean, weren't they all on the same tribe at the beginning?
They were.
I got a trick up my sleeve, and if this works, then it will be insane. I don't know how I can manage to stay, but I'm fighting so hard to try.
He said you threw out My name. You threw out my name.
Hopefully this works out again. Because if this does, that's another move on my resume. I got the end game going for me. 2 moves in a row, 2 big ass moves. So hopefully this works. Peace out, yo. That's bullshit. No, that is complete and utter bullshit. I did not throw out your name. He said that Chase is overrated and that he doesn't want to go for late, so he wants to go for you instead. That is complete and utter bullshit. I did not throw out your name.
I really don't know. But in any case, I want to get a little bit more information, and if I feel unsafe, I'm playing that fucking idol.
Welcome, Final 6, to the Final 6 Tribal Council. Peter, how does it feel to break the record and win 4 individual immunities in a row?
It's, I guess the best way to say it is surprising. I didn't expect to. That wasn't my goal going into the game, and that wasn't the route I thought I would be taking. But it's the route I've gone down and I'm stuck on now. So I'll keep going until I literally die.
Dan, with having a vote with such small people, it must seem like you're back at a pre-merge vote in the sense of how many people are voting. So, are you going at this based off of trust, or are you going at this based off of other factors?
Look, Oxy, I'm gonna be real with you. I have Wikipedia open to game theory. I have a notepad open. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I have a bunch of people telling me different things. And honestly, all it comes down to is probability. And that's it. I got a pair of 2 dices. And...
Dice. There we go.
Yeah, so 2d6s might determine my fate tonight.
It is interesting you bring up game theory, because we've essentially reached a Nash equilibrium since Merge started. And we've all been in the same position where if anyone tries to step out of line or change the scope of the game, they get targeted and immediately murdered.
Yeah.
And that's what's gotten us to this position. And so that is interesting that you bring that up, because this is a perfect case study of that kind of scenario.
Nerf, how do you feel about this predicament?
I have literally no fucking clue what the fuck he means at all. I'm not that smart. I guess what he's trying to mean is that, you have to get through this game because there's a lot of sacrifices. Somebody puts themselves out there. I disagree with that because last Tribal Council I was clearly out there, and he was out there. He survived a lot. I survived my tribals. I think it's coming down to your social skills, your strategic skills, and knowing who is smart to take to the end with you. Because like I said before, last Tribal Council, there's still people out here that that can beat your ass easily, and hopefully they can take that into consideration instead of this predicament.
Like, when you are sitting at an immunity challenge and you are watching one person dominate every single challenge, does that worry you for endgame?
I mean, it worries me in the fact that for sure that one spot is always going to be taken in the final 3, and it's kind of just it kind of changes it, because instead of it being a final 3, it kind of gives off vibes of a final 2, because it's in the case that 2 people are just fighting while one person's just winning their way to the end.
Soccer, do you perceive this as a bad thing that Peter's doing if he wins all the way to the end?
I don't think it's a bad thing if Peter wins by 10. I think it'll do a lot good for his game. I think if you're talking at the concept of everybody else's game, I think that's kind of an obvious answer. I think the more that Peter wins, the better it is for Peter, and the worse it is for the people who are trying to fight for a spot. Although I think that to tie everything back into probability, which is where this all started, I feel like there's a 90 to 95% chance that I will be seeing my torch snuffed tonight. And I think that a lot of people need to consider not just how they survive one vote, but how they survive votes going beyond that. And maybe the big move and the best move aren't the same thing.
Chase.
Yeah.
Are you looking into avenues of keeping stronger people to beat Peter, or is Peter just winning whatever, he's winning?
I mean, the thing is, I was within 10 seconds of beating the guy at this past challenge. He's not unbeatable.
I would agree with that. I'm not dominating. I'm winning, but it's been close every time. So yeah, I agree, Chase.
He's not just been running away with them. You want So it's like, I'm not necessarily as worried about him just winning as much as I'm trying to look at who has got more of a complete game, and that's not to say Peter doesn't have a complete game.
I don't, but yeah.
Well, I'm not trying to insult.
Oh, you're not.
I have respect for every single person up here.
Yeah,
Dan, what makes a complete game?
What makes a complete game is an exciting FTC, an FTC where it's not predetermined who's gonna win.
Good answer. And with that, does anyone have any final words?
Good luck, guys.
You guys have all done great. With that, Soccer, you're up first.
This may be the end of the road for poor old me, but I'm not going down without a fight.
Sorry I had to end this way, but I'm surprised it did.
You are definitely the best player of the season, obviously. You've made so many goddamn good moves, and if I go home to you, I'm voting for you easily.
Despite him basically saving us last round, I know that you're too big of a threat to take.
I have no idea what the outcome of this tribal is going to be. I don't even remotely think I have an idea of the outcome of this tribal.
I get what you were going for, but oh my god, you are so conniving.
Have the votes. If anybody would like to play Hidden Immunity, now would be the time to do so.
Does nobody have an idol? Like, we haven't seen.
Oh god, Final Five's gonna suck.
There's just 3 idols.
Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person has to leave the tribal council area immediately. I will read the votes. First vote. Soccer. Nerf. Soccer. Nerf. That's 2 votes Nerf, 2 votes Soccer, 2 votes left. Soccer. And the next person vote out is undecided. Nerf, we have a tie.
Ooh.
Because we have a 3v3 right now, so how do you guys want to decide?
I mean, as much as I want to stay, I feel like it doesn't make sense for y'all to like do rocks at this point.
No, we're not gonna do rocks. I'm joking. Of course not.
Yeah, no, I understand.
But there is a big there's a big issue here, and that's I don't know where my vote's going because I don't know who to trust because I'm being told 4 different things.
Well, as I said before, I can't win an immunity for the life of me. This guy has been controlling the past 3 tribal councils of this game. He took out Badgers. He took out Omega. He took out your #1 ally, and we voted with him because there was a chance for me to stay alive in this game. If you want a chance, you got to take this guy out. This guy's been playing the best fucking game from the final 9. It is completely stupid for you to take me out here.
I would like to take no credit for the Omega vote. I was dragged into a group of 3 that helped make that decision. So I'll take credit for the last vote, but I feel like giving me too much credit is just an attempt to save your game. Dan, I did come to you and say that I was saying your name to them to like make them think that, but as my actions spoke louder than my words, I did vote to keep you, and you have no votes tonight. So I have truly been loyal to you this entire cycle.
Peter, here's the question. Who do you think I would have a harder time beating at Final Tribal Council?
Oh, that's the hard one. Legitimately, and again, this isn't biased or anything, I would say between the 2, Soccer. But
interesting.
I will say both of them are more or less equal overall. Like, I think Soccer marginally, but in the end, that's just personal opinion based on how they played. If you went to the end with these 2 players, I would vote for Soccer first, then you, then Nerf. Me, personally, if I was on the jury.
So, I mean, if anyone else wants to discuss, but I do want, can you do a little gun noise for me?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. My vote has been decided.
Chase and Dan, we've been going through this game for a while. If I do go home tonight, no hard feelings. If I don't, you know that I've been loyal to y'all. And I think that even though I do see exactly where Peter's coming from, but I feel like, Dan, your probability of winning in Final Tribal Council is much better if you're there than if you're not there.
Yeah. Alright, perfect. With that, it's time to vote. You 4 can all go vote at once. Since it is a revote, no idols may be played. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person has to leave the tribal council area immediately. I will read the votes. First vote. Nerf. Soccer. Soccer. That's 2 votes Soccer, 1 vote Nerf, 1
vote left. And the 13th person is none of you. It's a tie. We're going to rocks.
We're deadlocked.
We are deadlocked, actually. Yes, this is actually facts. If you guys cannot come to a unanimous decision, we are going to rocks.
So Peter said Soccer would have a better chance at beating me at FTC. So I want Soccer to make it to FTC so I can kick his ass.
Fair enough.
That's why I want Nerf out.
Right.
That's my proposal.
Okay.
There's only one right decision here. Only one decision that's gonna get you jury votes.
And it sounds like that's the one that's been made. It sounds like rocks is happening.
Whoa. Is that sure, Light? Is that what you...
So, Light, are you still voting Soccer?
Yeah.
Okay. Dan, are you switching?
Absolutely not.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter who else I ask.
Fate has placed me here. This is my fate.
All right.
Yeah.
Yo, I'd rather go down like this.
All right, we're gonna cut in 5.
Before we cut, can I...
Yeah,
Wait.
go ahead.
Okay, first off, Chase, you're an amazing dude. I love playing with you. You're super, super cool. Really, really cool to have you here. Light, I really wish I got to see more of your gameplay, but I fully respect your decision to go to Rocks. So,
all right,
best of luck to
we're
you,
gonna
dude.
cut in
I
5.
gotta say.
Best of luck, guys. I respect you all.
1 black, 2 white. 3, 2, 1, cut.
Oh.
Light is safe. Dan is safe, which means
Chase is out.
Oh, Chase.
Oh. This is the saddest trial I've ever seen in my life.
All right, Chase.
I got kicked for flying.
Chase, please bring me your torch.
I let the alcohol do the talking for me, and this is what it got me.
Chase, it's more fitting to say that the fucking rocks have spoken. The game has spoken. The game has spoken. People didn't want to flip. You played a fantastic game, and who knows? Maybe we'll see you back sometime. All right, Chase, the game has spoken. It's time for you to go. You also
way to go,
Hey,
bro.
Lots of respect for every single one of you. You all deserve to be here. There's gonna be a deserving winner to the season. And last thing, Light, Dan, y'all got balls, man. Oh man, this has been an absolutely insane season. You know, there's been ups and downs. Been just having a blast. I mean, it sucks to go out to jawing this piece of black concrete here. This thing here killed my game. Not those crazy tribals where I thought I was in danger. No, this thing here. But this season's gonna have a deserving winner because all 5 of them, they're all playing hard. They've all got balls of steel. Like, I respect it, and I have no idea who I'm gonna vote to win.
How am I still playing the game? I should have been gone a long time ago. I just was relishing in Nerf, I forgot his name for a second, telling everybody, including the jury, that I've played the best game and controlled everything since Final 9. Because he's not wrong, but I'll downplay it all day long because I just don't want to go home now.
With 5 sets of stairs, hard puzzles beware. This challenge will be tough.
So, within itself, that entire situation, a lot of that was just me, fingers crossed, hoping that it worked. But I knew that everyone was relying on me. I didn't need to do shit. I didn't expect to go to Rocks. I expected everyone to be like, yeah, we don't want to go to Rock. Let's, vote out. And the entire reason I'm doing soccer is because I want to be up against him. Because I don't like being told that I can't do something. And people are saying, oh, he's going to beat you in FTC. That's what Nerf has been telling me. Fuck that.
A minecart shove, some pistons and such. 3 words will be enough.
He definitely didn't intend for it to go to Rocks, but I needed to do that because I just couldn't risk going to the end with Chase or Soccer. Dude, I'm just so stressed out because god damn, I'm so close.
So yeah, so 5 sets of stairs, hard puzzles, a minecart shove, so we have to do that again, some pistons, and a 3-word anagram probably.
I'm trying my best to work votes because my challenge abilities have not come to fruition yet. I just need a challenge that I can either win or I need to work another miracle. But your favorite miracle worker is still here, kicking and fighting in the finale.
When I saw Chase got that raw, I was just like, so relieved. Like, I was just like, Chase has played an amazing game up until this point as well, and him getting out at that point was so, like, beneficial to my positioning.
Welcome, Final Five, to the Final Five Immunity Challenge. Peter, I'm gonna have to take it back yet again.
There you go.
Immunity is back up for grabs. In today's Immunity Challenge, you'll be doing a series of stair puzzles with a little something bit in between. These are basically pattern puzzles. You have to figure out what the pattern is and then place all the stairs in the right thing. So you have a stair puzzle with bricks and quartz, and you have a little minecart push. Once you fit the minecart push, you do another stair puzzle. Then you'll do a piston puzzle, which is different than the other one. It's you have to move one sand from one corner to another. It's pretty simple. Then you will do another stair puzzle, then another stair puzzle, then another stair puzzle, finally ending with a 3-word puzzle. This is for a guaranteed spot in the Final Four, which means you will be 1 vote away from pleading your case to the jury. Survivors ready? Go. I'm imitating soccer.
Oh, wait. Okay.
And Light's almost done. Peter's got through the first one. He's onto the minecart push. Light has 2 more places. Light beats the first part. Light and Peter are both onto the minecart push. Everyone's still in it. They seem to be struggling on the minecart portion. Soccer's on the minecart push. The only one that isn't is Nerf, which he is now.
I'm not gonna get a chance to do the puzzles because I can't do a minecart push.
Peter's in the lead right now, followed closely behind by Dan. Nerf's on the final leg of the push. And Nerf falls just at the end. Alright, Peter's moved on to the second puzzle.
I hate everything.
But Dan is super close to the end. Yeah, you're good.
I'm good? Okay, cool.
Dan has the right idea, but not following it.
Yeah, I really don't get it.
I'm just gonna stay here. I'm not getting past the minecart push.
Alright, cool.
As long as you drop it, then it counts.
What the fuck? What? Oh, god damn it.
What am I missing?
You're
so I didn't have enough stairs
you want
to
a full
finish,
reset, right?
but I think I'm
Yeah,
right.
full reset.
Alright, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
There.
Check. I'm right? Okay.
Leading on to the last stairs.
Oh, I'm so bad. Let's see. So tiny. What do I do? Okay. There's 2 separate answers that are right here, right?
By technicality, yes.
Oh, I also don't have an axe. I haven't picked. Wait, did they give me an axe?
No.
No, fuck me. Yeah. And
That's correct. Woo, Nerf! Yay!
Yay!
You're really trying.
I've literally given it all my effort. I'm not even kidding.
Oh!
What is this monstrosity?
Right. Oh, that's cute. How the fuck do I spell it? Yeah, there it is.
Brian, it took us fucking 3 hours to figure this out. It took Peter fucking like 3 minutes.
It took me 2 minutes. You guys suck dick.
Hey, Peter has won individual immunity for the 5th time in a row and guarantees a spot in the Final Four, also breaking the total individual immunity record. Peter, congratulations on Final 5 immunity. Come grab it. You have a 1 in 4 shot at winning this game. Everyone else, head back to camp.
I'm still alive. I did it, and that one was probably the most solid win I've gotten, which, you know, makes it apt if that's the last one I get, and then I faceplant at the final hour and choke in the Final Four. But it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to continue this streak of just being this hermit that's surviving on the side of the season through feasting on immunity wins and shielding himself in the rule-coding metallic structure titanium of the game itself. Honestly, there's not much for me to do at this point but to continue forward and fight. That's it. I just have to fight at Final Four and make it to Final 3 and then fight at the Final Tribal Council. I've been fighting the whole time. I'm getting tired, but so is everyone else, and I think I got just enough left in me to make it all the way.
I'm not happy with the challenge. It was something that was right up my alley, but they threw in a minecart push, which really just messes me up. So now I gotta do what I do best, which is work miracles in the social game.
So I don't know if you have one of these, but I want to show you this. This
Yo.
is the genuine article, one that I've been holding on to since Final 10, more or less.
I have my idol. He has his idol. I already made my promise. What he said goes. He said that I wouldn't be able to face off against Soccer. You see, he would be the most likely to take me out, so I'm bringing him with me.
I'm pretty confident that I have Dan. He wouldn't have done all that drama to keep me if he wasn't planning on taking me to the end. And now it's just a battle of getting Peter on our side.
But the reason I bring it to your attention is I want to ask first, do you have one for yourself?
I think you'd be pleased to find out that I do.
Hell yeah. All right. So I'm going to ask you, what do you want me to do with this one?
I've read Peter as a person, though, with my intuition, and I can tell that me going to him isn't going to do much for me. So I've put my faith in Dan to do the convincing for me. Let him do what he has to do, and we'll see what Peter decides at Tribal Council.
I can burn it. I can use it on somebody if you want. I think that I want you to come to the final 3 with me. I like everyone else, but out of the other 4 players, you are the one person I want in final 3. Who comes with us? I'm gonna leave up to you. So I have this little thing that turned out to be nothing more than a good luck charm. It's gonna be useless after tonight, so I've decided to use it to cover the back of the one player that I think I respect the most. He played the most similar game to me, and he played the game that I think I would have wanted to play if I didn't take the immunity route.
I mean, I've already made my decision. I want Soccer in the FTC.
Okay. So I'll play this on Soccer if Soccer doesn't play one on themselves.
It seems right now, unless one of us loses the Final 4 challenge, the 3 FTC has already been decided, so... yeah, balls to the wall.
Essentially, what I'm going to use this for is to protect Dan. And past that, who knows what advantages are going to come up. This is the Final 5 Tribal Council. This is when everything goes dead, so everything goes live. Everything's going to get played. And so far, 1 immunity idol was played from Marooning that had a specific clause that only allowed to be played at a specific Tribal Council, which means no general immunity idols have been played at all, whatsoever, in the entire game. And now we're at the last time when anyone can play them. This might be the craziest shit that's happened this season, and I was there at the last Tribal Council. I am very excited, and I am very nervous.
We could go after Nerf, we can go after Light. I don't know yet.
Unfortunately, there's not really that much question here. I'm probably going to be voting for Soccer just because he's played a pretty great game. Honestly, I feel like he's played the game that I've played, but it's less scuffed by a lot.
I'm a little fucking scared for this Tribal Council. I've not talked to Peter at all, and I'm scared he's gonna flip on me here. If he does, I mean, I think it's a little dumb. I can't win competitions for shit. I've sucked at every single competition. I'm not good at it. Hopefully he keeps me though, and I can get the Final 4. And maybe I can clutch it out. I don't know.
My best shot is still going to the end with Dan and Peter. But honestly, this whole game, I've kind of just played, I started out very low-key, and then I kind of went under the radar. But then, as time went on, I kind of transformed into this low-key villain, and I don't think that people realize how much I've been lying and how much brain power is in my head right now.
If Peter keeps me here, thank the Lord. If not, I had a fun ride. Once again, your boys on the chopping line.
I just really want to prove myself really badly and just prove myself that I am a competitor, and I know that I've done that, but I really just want to hammer it in these people's goddamn heads.
Welcome, Final 5, to the Final 5 Tribal Council. Peter, you've won an individual immunity for the 5th time in a row. Is it getting a little bit boring being safe, or you chilling?
It could never be boring, because it's just, getting them is the most terrifying experience of my life, and then watching what everyone else is doing is the most rewarding experience of my life, so I've been having a wonderful time. It's basically like I'm a member of the audience in the game. It's fantastic.
Being only a 5-person Tribal Council, and the last Tribal Council where advantages can be played, do you think some will come out tonight?
Yeah, it's a pretty decent possibility, I'd say. I mean, if there's not been a single idol played outside of a 1-round idol, then I think something's definitely gonna come up.
Soccer. So you almost went out last tribal. Barely survived. Barely. Do you scared this tribal that they're just gonna gang up on you and the people who saved you just kept you for one more vote?
I think that with the whole thing that Dan said, I'm pretty confident that he's true to what he's saying, and I think that he will be with me. I think that Light and Nerf have kind of made their stance on where they are, and that they will be voting for me. I think that everybody's under the same assumption that this vote really comes down to Peter and what he likes to do, and I am fine with that decision.
And Peter, what do you like to do?
I like to make good content.
Nerf.
Yeah,
so, do you have a chance of going home tonight?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. These two people are easily voting for me tonight. It comes down to this man and what he wants to give the content to the people. Yeah, it's a high chance I go home tonight, Oxy.
I mean, Dan, basing off of last tribal, it seems like you like to give content as well. Do you think that decision will come to bite you in the ass?
No, I think I've actually made the best decisions I could have made as a result of me hunkering down and recognizing shit. You know, I lost my greatest ally. I really have to shift things up. And when I recognized how much power I had in the game, I was able to utilize it to my fullest potential. And now I'm very confident I'm making it to the final 3 because of that.
And with that, does anyone have any final words?
Godspeed, gentlemen.
Alright, once the votes are read, the decision is final. First, be asked to leave trouble council area immediately. If anybody has a hidden immunity and they like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
So, I have the least to lose, so I'll kick this off. You gentlemen may remember, so much gun. You gentlemen may remember during the high pixel housing parkour, I found an idle clue, which everyone just kind of forgot about right after I admitted I had it. That idle clue pointed out that there was a hidden immunity idol in the very next challenge, hidden in the middle of the map. Somehow I was able to mine it up. Neither no one saw me or no one called me out. Either way, I don't know how many of you knew I had this. I'm pretty sure most of you assumed I did, but I have immunity, so where's this going? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and use it on the person that I think deserves to make to the final 3 the most. And I think all 4 of you deserve to win, but this is the one person where if I had to choose, I want them beside me. So with that being said, I'm playing this on Dan.
This is a hidden immunity. Any votes cast for Dan will not count.
Okay, and just to really, really rub salt in the wound, I also happen to have an idol. I've been hanging on to this thing for an incredibly long time, waiting for a good moment to use it, and I have never needed it. But, you know, Peter did make a decision for me. He did give me a challenge. So I'm gonna be using this idol on soccer, as unnecessary as it is, because I have no use for it anymore.
This is a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast for soccer will not count. Alright, once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I will read the votes. First vote. Soccer does not count. Soccer does not count. Nerf. Light.
Oh,
that's 1 vote Light, 1 vote Nerf, 1 vote left. And the 14th person voted out of Minecraft Survivor Lyo. Light, please bring me your torch.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Alright, well, yeah, that was a nice play, guys. Alright, just know that I respect each and every single one of you, and I respect all your games, and I couldn't ask for a better group of people to do my first non-meme game show with, so thank you all.
Light, I'm sorry, you're a great character this season, but the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go.
It was an honor, Light.
I love you all, okay?
Love you all too.
With 2 votes negated, no pre-merge idols found, and the final 4. Head back to camp, go do your confessionals, and wait for the next immunity challenge.
Dude, I'm so sad that I got out. Dude, I thought that I was playing so well. I thought that I was safe for sure. I don't know who voted for me. I don't know what happened, but you know, it's truly been like one of the best experiences I've had in a while, ever since quarantine, which sounds really sad, but honestly, I just love this game, and that's the reason why I'm here. And I'm so happy to do this, especially with this guy hosting it. And by the way, shout out to Oxy's YouTube channel. Subscribe to that.
King.
Make sure to like, comment, put notifications on. God, I don't know what to say, but it's been such a roller coaster, and there's been so many ups and so many downs. But just know that no matter who you are, just always believe in yourself and never give up.
Your boy did it again. I'm not going to say that I was 100% responsible for me staying, but the faith that I put into Dan and the trust that I have built with Dan, and also the fact that Dan for some reason believes that he needs to prove to himself that he deserves it by beating me in the end. Well, I mean, those two are together, and you don't want to work with me. I mean, I'm not opposed to working with you, but I feel like it's a one-way street here.
Yeah, no, I'm probably still gonna vote you out here. I think that I'm gonna be honest. I don't think they deserve it. All right, well, Light just got voted out, and now it's in Final Four. I have another vote in the jury for me, so that's a good thing. Still playing this on the bottom. I need this final immunity to have a fighting chance in this final tribal council. Peter's whole thing is that he's a spectator. He's not in on anything.
Yeah.
He didn't start playing until Final 5. I don't give a shit that he won immunities.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dan, he listened to Lawson the entire time. Because you amended this too, right?
I don't care. I'm playing it all up. I'm being the best actor that I can be, and I knew that not going to what's his name? Oh my god. Not going to Peter was going to help me too, because it made it seem like I wasn't as desperate and I was going to respect his decision.
I think that's just dumb. I think their best chance was against Light. Need to take out Soccer. I feel like he can beat Dan. I feel like he can beat Peter. All I have to do here tonight is just fucking win.
So, there you have it. I finally participated in the politics, and I think I made kind of a splash. I'm a little bit disappointed. I thought more advantages would come out, but me and Dan were able to pull off exactly what we had planned. I protected him, he protected Soccer, and then he and I voted out Light.
If it's anything how I planned, Nerf isn't gonna make it to FTC, but who knows? Going into this challenge, I strongly suspect that that Peter's gonna win, and hopefully he'll take me.
But now it's Final Four. One more challenge awaits us. One more player needs to go, and then it's the finale. I made it as far as I wanted to. I got to see every challenge, and I got to stick around with you guys all the way to the last episode. So I'm gonna be happy no matter what. But that means in no way that I'm going to give up now. I'm going to fight to the end, and I'm going to put on a show.
Peter, can I please have back the individual immunity for the last time?
You can.
Individual immunity for the last time is back up for grabs. In today's immunity challenge, you will be working your way up 3 separate poles to grab puzzle pieces. They are map puzzle pieces. Once you have the maps, you will come up here. You guys come up here with me. And solve a puzzle of the Survivor logo. However, 3 pieces of the logo will not fit. And those 6 pieces. And those 6 pieces will go in here. Once you have solved this, you will have to put those 6 pieces into a code and rename a piece of paper to unlock this chest. Once you have unlocked this chest, you will get 12 snowballs. You have to throw all 12 snowballs into here one at a time. First person to do that, it'll drop their flag, and that person will win final immunity.
Yep.
This is for final immunity in a guaranteed spot in the final 3 in a guaranteed spot to plead your case to the jury. Survivors ready? Go. Soccer gets his first set of puzzle pieces. Moving on to his second.
Peter gets his third.
No,
I didn't get the first.
He didn't get the first or the second.
Oh no.
I got the second one.
Oh, you
I
did?
got the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So which one faces down now?
And Peter has all his puzzle pieces.
Peter, chill out.
Soccer working on his last one? Soccer, the closest one to catching up to Peter right now.
What a surprise.
Peter making good work of the puzzle. All of them failing on the thing while Peter just slowly trickles away at this puzzle, getting closer and closer to his 6th individual immunity.
Okay, I'm going back to the other one.
Peter, did you finish it?
Yeah, I finished the middle one.
Peter has finished one puzzle.
I'm gonna catch up right now.
Did you finish it?
I'm finished.
Peter's into his lock chest. He has to throw his snowballs in, like physically throw them, like right click them. Yeah. One at a time. One in. Peter. Can anyone catch up? 4 in for Peter?
Strategy and how, like, apparently, you know.
Oh my god, I was at the last one.
I was watching you do it too, Nerf.
Oh my fucking god.
He's only a few away. Peter, how many snowballs do you have left?
4.
It's 3 snowballs away from winning immunity. Is that your last one?
That's my last one. Good game, guys.
And
GG.
Peter has won immunity for the 6th time in a row, breaking his own record. Come on, Peter. Peter, for the 6th time in a row, come accept your individual immunity. You have a 1 in 3 shot at winning this game. You cannot stay in for the same Nerf, Soccer, or Dan. No, I'm sorry, I was trying to swallow. Or Dan. One of you will become the 10th and final member of our jury. Head back to camp.
If only I could do an end-rod parkour, I would have won that comp, because I did that puzzle fucking fast as hell. I'm good at puzzles. No, that sucks.
I really have to play up to Dan's ego here. Dan and Peter are both very unpredictable players in this game.
DC.
Like, even though I'm pretty sure that we're voting out Nerf, like, I'm pretty sure you're doing that, like, at least Nerf got the chance to fight for himself in Final Four.
Yeah.
And this entire time I've been playing very logically and calculated. I know Nerf is doing the same thing that I'm doing.
I feel like you wouldn't have gone the rocks and done all this if you...
I'm giving you the idol and everything. The reason I'm going with you is because Peter told me that you would be harder to beat, so.
I honestly love you and think that you're great. So if you end up beating the person who doubted you and the person who you were doubted against, I consider that being a very nice ending.
Wow, it's kind of crazy that I knew that I wanted to win, but when you're actually here, it's kind of a little bit surreal, especially with all the risks that I took, especially towards the ends. It's fucking donkey nuts. The vote's gonna be Nerf. There's really no other. I mean, you said that he was gonna be a stronger opponent, and I really believe that because Nerf's entire thing was trying to convince me that Soccer would be more difficult to fight in jury. So if that's what Nerf decides, and if that's what you decide, Soccer is coming to FTC.
So, I am someone who likes to have a game that I can be proud of, one that I can look back on and be happy with no matter the ending. Whether I won or lost, I want it to be against players that were decent, were respectable, and deserve to win. And I think I can have that with any of the 3 players remaining. All of them were great contestants, they're all great people, I was happy to fight against them, and I'd be happy to fight against them at the end. Yeah, that's the funniest part about it. Ever since we got to merge, I just could see it in Soccer that he was going to make it to the end. He was going to be able to play a fantastic game. I have a knack for finding that person, but I can never take them out because it's part of their amazing game. There's always a bigger threat. There's always a bigger fish. But every single time that bigger fish gets fried, he's around. He soaks up a little bit of the power, a little bit of the oil, and gets a little bit slicker, a little bit slippier. And in the end, he makes it all the way to the end with a very, very powerful resume.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. But what I do know is I've already established who's going to be in the FTC. I'm not going to even be upset if it goes to Rocks. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see really where the direction is. But I am so confident that I could get the jury on my side. So I think I got this in the bag.
Yeah, honestly, like I can see either one of you guys winning this game, hands down. And Obviously, like I don't know how the people view my game. I'm proud of it. I understand the people not being proud of it, but I think that this is a pretty strong and varied final three. I think we have very different playstyles at the end, so it's going to be very interesting. However, Dan has his heart pretty set on one of the two. Dan wants to keep Soccer and get rid of Nerf for the reason that he believes Soccer is the harder opponent, hands down. Yeah, I want to bring people to the end, and I want to have people next to me at the end that if I lose, I'm still proud of who I lost against. And the thing is, I feel that way about all three of you. And Dan is the one that I chose, that he's the person that I wanted to go up against the most. Overall, his game is the one that I respected the most, just personally, and again, that's just my opinion. But between you and Soccer, I respect both of you essentially equally.
Well, I'm making a little bit of a last stand. I'm trying to appease to Peter's need for great content or whatever, and I'm going to try to get him to put me in a fire making against him, against Soccer. I think it's the best thing I can do for my game here. I mean, you want a challenge, right? In a way. Well, I'll give you a challenge. Here's the my bad. You know, I won't lie that I do think I have a lot of votes in the jury, and if you want to try and steal that from me at that FTC, you could do that easily. You know, that's a competition. That's something you should be proud of to try and fight for. I don't think Soccer has that.
I'm a little bit more on the fence. I think the two of them are a lot more balanced. I said Soccer was more difficult, which I do believe, but not nearly to the extent where you can call it that simply. However, there is a method of breaking ties and pushing people forward in a challenge. However, it's been a long night. It's been a very, very long night for everyone. And I don't know if I want to do it, but maybe, just maybe, I can maintain one last little trick.
Because who do I have? I've been on I've been a bottom dweller the entire game. So I have people like Light. I have people like Omega. I have people like Badgers. I have people like Bazz, Joey. You know, you want to fight for it. You want it. I played this game to my full potential, constantly being a target and getting myself out of those situations, either by throwing other people under the bus like Omega, getting people to flick like the Lawson tribal, you know, making people go to rocks for me. You know, the Final Five tribal is bullshit. You want to be proud of your win, right? How are you going to be proud of your win with Soccer? And even then, if you want content for the show, you put me and Soccer against each other. That is the battle of a lifetime. We've been fighting since the final 6. You put us in a fire making, that decides what happens, and that decides the game. And that is up to you.
And right now, it's just a fight and a battle to appease these massive egos right here who think that they can beat us. When in reality, it's me versus Nerf, and only one of us can prevail.
Welcome, Final Four, to the final Tribal Council, the season before the final Tribal Council. Nerf, how are you feeling coming into tonight?
Terrible.
Why is that?
Well, I needed that immunity, and these guys have been honest with me that they're probably all voting for me tonight, so it's like, yeah, I fought my ass off, and, you know, I don't feel good at all.
Peter.
Hello.
6 individual immunities.
Yeah.
So, what do you do with that at FTC? Like, where do you, what case can you plead with that?
If you don't vote for me, I'll beat you up, essentially. Past that, actually, legitimately, I'd say that there are 3 different ways to win a Survivor. You outwit, you outplay, you outlast. You use strategy, you use intelligence, and you use brawn, in this case, skill in the game. Obviously, my path has been chosen. I argue that path. I think whatever 2 opponents come with me, no matter what combination we get, each of them have a predefined of the other 2. So it really just comes down to what the jury respects, and if I can show that my method is the one that was the most respectable.
Dan, so 2 idols were played last Tribal, 1 on yourself, and then you played 1 on Soccer. Does that solidify you, Soccer, and Peter into the final 3, as you guys did form like a little trio of idol bullshit?
Yeah, I think it really does solidify it. In any case, if it doesn't happen, I'm going to be very surprised. Not upset, but surprised. So, I think we're kind of hitting an expected point. So,
Soccer, would you expect the outcome to be 3-1 against Nerf?
Not at all. Maybe it's just paranoia, but I really feel like nothing this season has ever gone as planned or as expected. And I feel like Peter is someone to make a very independent decision, and so no matter what all three of us have said, he's probably had his mind made up about what he wants to do. And if that's to keep me, then he will do it. If it's to make fire making, then he will do it. And my fate is pretty much in their hands.
And with that, does anyone have any final words?
Yes. So I'm gonna speak here with Dan. So it's clear who it's between. I'm not voting for you whatsoever. I want you to come to the final 3 with me. It's between the two of them. I don't want it to be down to a vote. I want it to be fire making because to me, I think they're both very, very equal. I do believe Soccer is slightly better than Nerf in terms of a final tribal council, but I do believe that Nerf has earned the right to fight for the right fight. He's earned the right to fight for the right to make it to the final tribal council. That's my belief. That's what I'm propositioning towards you. I think that it's close enough where I don't feel like it's my right to break the tie between them in the name of Soccer. I think it should be coming down to call it luck, call it skill, call it fate, whatever. I'm just passing that to you. If you say no, honestly, I've kind of fucked with you and strung you along enough here, so I'm going to let you put your input in.
How equal are they, Peter?
I'd literally say that at this point, when I answered the question, it was Soccer pretty clearly. Like, if I had to make the vote. At this point, I literally would determine it by a coin toss.
And a jury vote?
And a jury vote between the two of them. Obviously, there hasn't been questions yet, but at this exact moment, the two of them are about equal for what they've done so far.
That is literally all I needed to hear. Okay.
I just don't like it being coming down to RNG leads as to why the season will be decided. I feel like it makes more sense if it's in the hands of the person who's won all the challenges. That makes more sense in my opinion. I mean, if he wants to keep Nerf, he can. Obviously, Nerf is excited to do fire making because he felt his fate was over. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it was going to be fire making. I'm just saying that I'm actually very confident I could beat all of y'all at Final Tribal Council. I stand by that 100%. I've told Nerf this.
Yep.
And so, like, I mean, if you want to get me out, I feel like you're getting the biggest target out, and you can go for it. Or if you want to prove yourself, you can bring me. And this is not a threat. I don't want to be like it is a threat. I'm just saying, you saying that me and him are pretty close when it comes to the jury, I kind of find a little insulting. And I don't want the leaves to determine that.
First off, I want to say, Soccer, I love the fact that you're fighting till the end. That's super, super admirable. Nerf, I would take you any other way, but all I remember was you, and regardless of whether that was just a ploy to get to the end, all I remember was you telling me time and time after again how Soccer was going to be the threat in FTC.
Yes.
That was your case.
You will lose to him, and if you want to win this game, you got to take him out here. You are playing this game as if like, oh, I'm good. I gotta beat out Soccer in the end. He just admitted to your face that he's gonna kill you in Final Tribal Council. Stop playing with your ego and vote him out if he's gonna win the game. I don't get it.
Peter, I think that both of our statements kind of just showed the confidence that we have and how I don't think it's as even.
What I think, Nerf, and
I think it's arrogance, honestly.
Call it arrogance, call it Kanye West syndrome. What it is I think Soccer is full of shit, and I'm gonna prove that to him. I'm voting Nerf.
And Peter,
All right.
Who are you voting?
I don't think it's arrogance. I know it's not arrogance for me. I have no hope for myself. I just want to make a good game in the end. And Nerf, I had your back. I wanted you to be able to prove yourself, but at the very last second here, you said we should take out Soccer to win ourselves, and that's not the kind of game I want to play.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm voting Nerf.
Yeah.
All right.
Which one, Little Celt?
Yeah.
Nerf.
Pepit.
I'm sorry, but the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. Well, welcome Final 3. Congratulations on making the Final 3. You guys get to plead your case to the jury.
I don't even think I played a fucking good game either, dude. Oh my god. Why are you taking the guy that fucking is admitting to you guys that he played the fucking best game here instead of me? You're so fucking stupid. I hate these people. I hate these people. Oh my god. Fuck. I hate these people, dude. I don't blame Peter. Peter has morals, but fucking Dan, fuck him, dude. I hope he genuinely loses this game because he's a damn fucking idiot. He wants to kick people's asses. He wants to show everybody. No, it's pure fucking stupidity. It's just pure stupidity. It's arrogance. Even I fucking knew. I was saying it to people at Final 6. You're not going to be able to beat soccer. You're not going to be able to do this. Help me take this fucker out and we can win the game. But no, nobody wanted to make a goddamn fucking move with me. So yeah, I'm fucking pissed off. I'm fucking terribly pissed off. This is fucking bullshit. It's arrogance. I'm done.
Welcome, Final 3, to the final Tribal Council. One of you three will take home the title of Minecraft Survivor Season 9, Lyo, Sole Survivor. Now introducing the members of our jury that are here. Alright, Lawson. I got the angle. Chase. Light. And Nerf, vote out last Tribal Councils. Welcome, Final 3. And the gentlemen of the jury are here. The other members of the jury will see a recording of this in post. So, Final 3, how does it feel to be here?
Feels pretty good.
That's fantastic. We're going to start with some opening statements that you will make directly to the jury, and then we'll move on to some questions, okay? With that, Soccer, you'll be up first.
So, to begin my opening statement, I would like to issue an apology to the jury. I know that my performance at the last Tribal Council might have been outlandish, but there was always a method behind my madness, and that is a theme throughout the entire season. I knew that these two gentlemen right next to me love to play with morals, as we learned on day 1 when we were at the Marooning, and I knew that they like integrity and how people carry themselves, and they wanted to beat the best, to be the best. And so I didn't have that much cockiness inside of me, but I had to pretend as if I did, to make them feel like I was the villain and they had to beat me and they had a challenge up against me. And I also was providing that commentary as a leading catalyst into Nerf end up tanking his own game. And my game is so strongly based on the social and strategic part because I know my weaknesses and I know I'm bad at challenges. And so I formed all these bonds with you and it got me to this point here. Because without any of y'all, I would not be here. And so me and Nerf, we worked together very well throughout the game, and we worked at that pre-merge part of the portion of the game. And then everybody has raved about my game, whether they're in the jury or sitting next to me, from Final 9 on, when we made the move to get out Omega, which was a pretty collective decision. I think that I actually talked with Nerf and Lawson in a 3-way call before we even went to the group and said that I wanted Omega out. Like, I started that conversation. And then when it got back to the big group and y'all let me get in, I got what I wanted. And then after the Omega vote, I went right back and betrayed you. I'm sorry, but that's just what was best for me at that point in the game. You were the biggest competition. You had a lot of influence over people. And I had to get you out when I had the chance. And so I went to people that I knew were desperate and I made the move that I had to. And then after I betrayed you, I went and did a ton of damage control. I somehow got my #1 ally all game, Chase, to stay loyal to me when I didn't know if he was willing to do that or not, but I really was hoping he would, which he did. And it was such a good strategic and social move that someone who I was just as loyal to as he was loyal to me, Chase, went to Rocks for me. That's something that takes serious social bond. Of course, Dan here went to Rocks as well, but I feel like his was more so ego and wanting to beat the best motivated, whereas Chase was really socially motivated and having a genuine connection with me. I knew that was my only way to get here. I can't win comps, but I know that. So I strategically said what I had to say and do what I had to do to get here, which is basically overcoming the odds and doing the impossible, because there's no way that I should be sitting here and somehow I'm still here. And I did it with every step of the way, planning ahead and making the right move for me.
All right, next we're gonna have Peter go.
My game was unorthodox, to the point where literally no one has been able to do it up until this point. The best person who has ever taken the route that I took in this game was able to do 2/3 of what I was able to accomplish, and not consecutively like I was.
I had two kind of halves to my game. The one that you were all familiar with was the one during Merge. Obviously, the one that's going to be attached to my name is the Challenge wins. The Brawn route, the Outplay route. I'm proud of what I've done. I know that I couldn't have accomplished it if it hadn't been for the situations around me, and I know that had things been different, I wouldn't be sitting here today. And I understand that, and I thank my lucky stars for what happened. But I also know that at the same time, if I hadn't been there to seize the opportunity that I did, to survive, to stay strong, to fight on, every single time when my life was on the line, I would have died. I had to go to every single one of those challenges, basically past the second one, because at that point, Badger was gone, I was the biggest comm threat. It had been established that comm threats were dead. I knew that I either had to win or lose, and that was it. Simple, boiled down to basics, easy. The main thing that I wanted to do was support others. The two people that are with me here are here in part because of me. If I had made different decisions, they wouldn't be here. Of course, if they had made different decisions, I still would be here. That, I think, is the key part. I earned my way here through nothing but my own grit and determination. There were 3 chances in this game for me to go home. 3 tribal councils. And during them, my name came up once, twice. One of them was when my teammate sacrificed himself for my sake and my teammate's sake, and voted me to ruin my perfect game on a random chance. And the other time, people literally gasped in shock because it was so out of the question for me to be voted at that time, because it wasn't going to involve me. So I think that is the core of why I should win here today.
Thank you for your opening statement. And finally, Dan, it's time to give your opening statement.
First off, hi, I'm Dan. I really want to solidify something before I really continue into my first statement. I hear a lot of what I did kind of misnamed as arrogance, when I believe that had very little to do with what it actually was. And let me explain. I was put onto the tribe, the Lawful tribe. Yeah, I was put onto the Lawful tribe. And I did play quite a lawful game. I stuck with people. I trusted people. Anyone who was with me in the Green tribe, I didn't do anything sneaky. I never tried to orchestrate a vote. And part of that was honestly because we never ended up in tribals. During the good part of the day, I was strong in challenges. I helped out, and we got through it. That's not the important part of my game. I did form genuine bonds and genuine connections with these people, and I wish they were still here, which unfortunately they aren't. Especially with people like, Lawson. And I think there's a very noticeable turning point where what you guys considered to be arrogance to emerge, and that was when Lawson was eliminated. And my entire game, my entire thought process was kind of shattered. And I want to walk through that vote because I think it's integral to determining why I did what I did and why I think I deserve to win because of that shift. All I did was keep my name out of the bucket, and keep moving forward because I wasn't winning any challenges because damn, he got that under the belt. And my social game was worsening and worsening because people like Nerf and Soccer were orchestrating everything else. I did what I had to do. I played as a bottom feeder and I just kept rising up and rising up. And towards the most integral parts of the game, I had taken over. I staged a coup without anyone realizing it. And I guaranteed myself, and I'm saying this, and as much as he can deny it, I can guarantee myself that at that moment, when rocks were hit, I was gonna make it to FTC. That isn't arrogance, that's just certainty. And I'm really sorry that you guys couldn't be here, but I really hope that you acknowledge that I didn't get here just because, I'm not like that. I saw an opportunity, I went for it, and like an octopus, I took the shape that I needed.
Alright, so now the power turns over to the jury. Jury, you guys will have your first chance to address them. Nerf, you're up first.
So I'm going to be honest with y'all, I am still furious about that last tribal council. I am still going to keep in mind that was pure arrogance, and I don't respect that at all. I want to keep in mind, I was put onto the Lawful tribe And I told everyone that I am a lawful neutral, which is bullshit. I am a lawful evil type of person. I am the type of person to do what you have to do and be able to cut when you need to cut and be able to play this game with morals, but also do what you have to do in this game. And that's just how I see the game personally. So that being said, I think that you two here are completely hypocritical, because right when I go home, you say that you have no chance of winning this game, and yet you vote out Light because he was saying that he didn't have a shot and all of this, which is completely hypocritical. And that's just sad. It's just sad to be like, I have no chance. Like, I get how you felt about that, but you did the same exact thing. There were so many good fucking moves pulled off by this man right here, Stalker, which I'll get to in a bit. And all you did was openly sit in the background. Dad, obviously I'm not really happy with you. Obviously. Hi. Yeah, so I'm gonna still stick with that. It's arrogance. I think this quote unquote act that you play up is, yeah, it is an act, yes. I'm not gonna deny that, oh yeah, no, this is completely serious. Obviously, this is an act. And I think with your whole thing of being a bottom feeder, you need to be able to be around people that are also bottom feeders, or also people that are on the same level as you, unlike somebody like here, obviously tonight, which is who I'm going to be openly voting for. Now, Soccer, you remember the conversation we had before we came here that I would be campaigning for you hard if we got to this, and I'm going to be doing that tonight. So, jury, I'm going to make this very clear that Soccer should win this season. He is the best player by far. He completely destroyed every single person in this game from the final 11 onwards. He acted like he was in the minority so that he would have me, Chase, Light, all of them trusting him. At the final 9, he completely manipulated me. I'm the one who voted for the Badgers. That was me. I did not mean to vote for Badgers there. I wanted to take out Lawson. But this man over here basically came to me like, yo, Omega's lying to you. Chase is lying to you, Peter's lying to you. They want to take out Badgers, and I was pissed. I was like, oh fuck, and I had to vote out Badgers, and I find out that I'm the one that takes out Badgers, and after that I have to use that to be able to try and get in with the majority. But Soccer over here already had that planned out. He already had it done, and basically I could not integrate myself into the majority, and I had to come up with this minority alliance of Light, Peter, and Omega. And Omega was completely also manipulated by Soccer in a way where Omega still voted for me. And Soccer, as I said before, you were the first person to throw out Omega's name in the VC we had with me, Lawson, and yourself. And I'm positive you still were able to get that as an effort to take out Omega. The final 7, he takes out Lawson, something that was a huge threat. He takes the biggest meat shield in this game, which is me, and basically takes out another person that wasn't really solidified with him as much as somebody like a Dan or a Chase. He takes them out, makes sure that his allies are safe, and then completely gets himself back in a good position. I try to take him out. Me, Peter, and Light all try to go for him. Mostly me and Light. Peter just did it because he's Peter. And he's able to basically use the ego, use the arrogance in a way of this man over here, and Chase, who was a very close ally of his, to basically be able to keep himself safe. The final 5, that's not really your move. I'll give this one to those two. I think you and I can both agree with that tonight. And then final 4, he puts on this cocky act. Basically, what I was trying to do with Peter, by acting like this would be such a great content to put us both in the fire making. This man did it better than me. He basically told them both, if you want to beat somebody here tonight, you're going to have to beat me, which is exactly what both of these two wanted. I tried with Peter. I failed because I said one wrong word of arrogance, which I truly think that is the right word for this man here tonight. I hope you all vote for Soccer. Soccer deserves to win this season. He played a fucking amazing. And you know what? I got nothing else. Soccer, you have my vote, man. Good luck.
All right, with that, Light, you're up.
But first of all, I would just like to congratulate you three. However you got there, you did get there, and that is something that I respect. However you got there, you got there. But what I'm kind of confused at is at the final 5 vote when I got out, and so I'm just gonna assume that I was taken out because I supposedly thought that I had no chance at winning the game. So is this correct?
I personally voted for you because you said the words "either way, I'm screwed" when I asked you for your decision, and that is kind of what I was like, okay. You know, it felt like you were like a dog, like with his like someone with their back against the wall, and I just at the time when I had to decide between you and Nerf, I thought maybe that someone like Nerf, who was gonna fight till the bitter end, should have had it.
All right, Peter.
Yeah, I would say that I chose you light for two main reasons. The first being that at that point, again, my game was not a strategic one, and applying strategic thought or rationale to most of what I did is difficult. This decision is the closest I ever got to strategy, and that was when I was using my format of the game applied to the typical game. And so all that being said, it didn't matter really to me between you and Nerf going. I respected both of you, I liked both of you, and if either one of you stayed, I viewed you as completely decent opponents. I wanted Dan to come to the end with me, and I wanted him to be in his highest spirits, on his best performance, and be the best that he could be. And between the two of you, he decided that you going would be how that was succeeded.
Well, I just like to reveal something right now, that I was absolutely trying to still fight day in and day out. I was never gonna give up, and I would just like to say that when I said that I was screwed either way, I meant as in if I drew the wrong rock, or if I voted Nerf out at that Final 6 tribal, then I feel like I wouldn't win, because I don't feel like I'd have a winning scenario. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I was gonna give up. I just knew that I had an uphill road, and honestly, yeah, I was just never gonna give up. So really, the fact that apparently I was giving up is absolutely not true, and I was fighting always. All right, well, good luck, you three.
All right, with that, Chase, you're up.
Soccer, let's start with you, because I gotta admit, I did not expect you to get this far.
Me either, honestly.
Your social game honestly was one of the better ones that I think I've ever seen in one of these kinds of games. To the point where I was willing to risk my own game to make sure that yours stayed intact. I don't really have any questions here, but that does not mean that I'm just going to hand you my vote. That just means that these two have an uphill battle to climb, so I will give them a fair shot. All right, I'm going to say Peter, since it's silent. All right, Peter, you played very differently than I'm used to seeing, so I'm going to question you a little differently than I'm used to questioning. Gotta admit, taking out Nerf there, I'd say while it might not have been the best game decision, it was a very noble decision. I just want you to, if you could go into a little more of how you let your morals dictate your game.
Essentially, when I came into the game, I said this 100 times, but it's true. It was the core mechanic of my entire game. I wanted it to end, whether I was first boot or I won the season or anything in between. I wanted it to end where I was happy with the time I spent. I was happy I showed up, and everyone that I interacted with was left off for the better for having interacted with me, either through having a difficult opponent to fight, a good friend to lean on, or whatever other role I served towards them. That was essentially the moral compass that I used. It just so happened to fall into the fact that the season theme was lawful and chaotic and neutral, when in reality, that's just kind of how I play the game in general. I understand that the kind of game I played isn't one that warrants votes at FTC, and I am sad that Nerf left before I could respond to his question earlier, or his statement earlier, because he kind of alluded to the fact that I had given up. It's more of to the fact that my game was one that I played for me, not for anyone else. I'm not here to get votes. If I get them, great. If I don't get them, great. It doesn't matter to me if you guys vote for me. I'm happy if you do, and I'm gonna try, because I'd hate to disgrace everyone else's games by spitting in the face of anyone else who could have sat here instead of me. But at the same time, my game wasn't one designed to appease people and be nice to people. It was one where I fought them, and if they were stronger than me, I lost. And if I was stronger than them, I won. And in the end, I got here. And along the way, I could choose to be a dick about it. I could choose to flaunt it and taunt it. And sometimes I had a little bit of fun for the cameras. I would say a little bit of a smack talk here and there. But for the most part, I wanted to be someone who, if I lost, people were proud of the fact they overcame me, not happy they finally took down the arrogant son of a bitch who was constantly cussing people out.
Lawson over there was just, as soon as I got to the jury, he was just raving about you, and all I saw prior to that, this is from my perspective, I'm not saying this is what it was, but it actually was. From my perspective, it looked like you were more of Lawson's lapdog. And I just want to give you an opportunity to just talk about some things you may have done before you had this shift.
Especially, this was a very trigger-happy survivor. Anyone who made a major move, anyone who set out a name, pretty quickly, especially if a word got around, they were the ones to go out, whether it would be that tribal or the next one. I constantly kept our alliance close. I waited off votes off of him. I fought to keep him alive not because I was his lapdog, but because for every single thing that I wanted to do, for every single person I wanted to get out, he was a guaranteed vote. And especially in a time where my knowledge of the game, because I hadn't been to a tribal, was basic tribe lines, having that extra vote was going to get me far enough to where I could develop my own strategy.
Well, good luck to you guys. You all played fantastic games, very different games, but fantastic in their own way. So congratulations for making the final 3, and good luck.
Lawson, you're up.
So, fellas, I mean, I gotta be honest here. I've heard a lot of stories coming from each of you, each one their good own story. I said, a lot in this game that I don't like to be bitter. I don't hold things against people, but I do like being precise. I like correcting things, and I'm gonna correct a lot of things that I heard at this tribal council, because it's not meant in ill will, but I want to make sure everyone knows, because the jury deserves to know the fact. The facts are what's really going to determine the vote. In my opinion, it's up in the air. I'm not decided on my vote, and that should say something given that the person I was closest to in the game is on the final 3. I'm gonna start with you, Soccer, because you went first. I was taking notes as you guys were all going through. One of the first things you said in relation to me, as far as, going against me at the 9-man joint tribal, and then getting back in my good graces. I want to clarify, you were never really in my good graces. I wasn't even talking to you. To be fair, I don't think we talked until probably the final 8 tribal council. And mostly anything you heard from me or about me was through Dan, and that was intentional. I was really trying to get other people to go out and spread the vote that I wanted. Second thing, the Omega vote. While you may have wanted Omega out, it was completely coincidental. In my opinion, and this is me as someone who participated in the vote, this guy right here, Chase, orchestrated the entire thing as far as I'm concerned. It was his idea to force it to a 4-4 tie in which Nerf would never risk his life for anyone else. And ultimately his idea to bring in somebody else so that we could have the numbers and blindside him. Peter, my man.
Hello.
I personally have never valued the physical side of Survivor very highly, but I think you might be undercutting your game a little bit on the social and strategic side. You are nice to people. That's social. Whether or not you want to admit it. The strategic side, you did talk to us a few times. However, there were a lot of times where your gameplay didn't make sense. And you were throwing random votes out at some tribals, and I'm not sure where they came from. And it sort of baffles me that you consider yourself making it of your own merit. But that was only because the 2 people that were better than you at challenges, for the most part, were targeted by me at the beginning of Merge, very intentionally. I made it very intentional to target out Joey and Badgers because I knew they were challenge threats. So it seems to me that you just happened to win all the other ones. Because the rest of us sucked. And, good on you. but being the third place trophy isn't quite like as impressive, you know? Daniel, my buddy.
Yeah. What's up?
As Chase said right before this is one of my major points. It was more than him that expressed this to me, but a lot, I don't want to say a lot, a few people had expressed to me they sort of saw you more as my sidekick. And I don't blame you for that entirely. That was intentional and part of my gameplay. I wanted to make sure that I didn't end up the target because I wanted to say a vote and then have other people go spread it for me. And that was sort of the plan, to have you or Chase do that. But it always backfired because we had some guy leaking all the votes and saying they came directly from me. So I became the target. Happens. I don't think you are my sidekick at all, by any means. I want to express that now.
That.
But perception is kind of 9/10 of the game. So you're playing a dangerous game there by letting people perceive it that way. Now, here's the fun part of what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk up all of your games now, in ways that I don't think you did. Starting with Peter, again. Man, you really just kicked ass in those challenges. I had no idea you were such a physical threat. It was ludicrous. I targeted Joey, and I targeted Badgers, because I knew they were scary. And I had no idea you were just this random Aussie Lust-esque like challenge beast coming out of nowhere. 6 challenges in a row is no joke. That's like huge. I don't think I've ever seen that in a Minecraft Survivor. So props to you. That's massive, even if people won't give it as much credit as it deserves.
I'm flattered. Thank you.
Soccer, man, wow. I didn't see half your game because I wasn't in on it for the most part. I think people didn't really realize that you and me were essentially the rivals for the most part. Because I saw you. I saw you and I saw the way you and Light interacted and I saw how dominant your personality seemed to be. It was odd for sure because I don't think anyone else saw it. And when I tried to orchestrate that vote at the 9-man joint tribal, I tried to explain to everybody. Like, I tried to explain to Chase and I tried to explain to Joey. Nobody wanted to hear it. I thought that was the perfect time to split up you and Light, get rid of you, a huge threat, and sort of give Light a new lease on the game. And that could have changed things up massively. But then when Spurge came, it became a lot about targeting huge individual threats. And I didn't realize at the time how big of a threat you were. Now it's been made plainly obvious, given that you put my ass on the jury. So props to you, man. I think you definitely played a perfect, almost like Boston Rob. You definitely controlled people. And you definitely kept the target off your back. And that's good.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Danny boy. You're my best buddy.
Woo-woo.
You and me been together, you know, since that swap up at the 15. And honestly, I wouldn't have had it any other way. I had a blast making moves with you. I had a blast playing the game with you. It was fantastic. No matter what happens at the end of the day, I want you all to know this was a fantastic game, and I'm assuming for everyone. But Dan, especially you made my day fantastic. I wouldn't have gotten half as far as I did without you. I know that. Everyone else should know that. And I sort of dislike that you were seen as my sidekick or lapdog by anyone. Because I thought you and me were 50-50 partner. I did want to stay the silent partner. It ended up not working very well, thanks to a guy named Nerf. But things happen. Stuff changes in the game. But you, as the partner who is out there putting himself out, pushing the votes, you kept yourself safe. I don't know how. Somehow it all got flipped on me. I'm not the genius mastermind that anyone paints me to be. I strategize somewhat. Strategy and social aspects are the parts of the game I appreciate the most. And the parts I usually practice the most because I suck at challenges. But you, I think, beat me on both fields. So props to you, man. I gotta say, not enough people are are talking up any of your games. So congratulations to all of you. It's gonna be a tough choice for me. I gotta be honest. But to whoever I give my vote to, I want you to know, you earned it. Good luck, everyone.
All right, and with that, we're gonna move on to some final statements. Okay, Dan, go first.
Okay, well, my closing statement is I understand that I could have had a more impressive resume, and I really, really tried to compensate for that in the end game, because before this, I really just had to fight for my life. I hadn't even started thinking about that, and I should have been, worrying about jury management and ensuring that I had something to really show for. But the past 7-8 tribals were really what I was trying to demonstrate, is that I think that I can do some oddball, crazy ass shit and get away with it off on the merit of my ability of my social game. So, closing statement, I really hope that I do get some votes my way. I do hope that I win. I don't think there's anyone here who wouldn't want to win, but I think I deserve the win because, and this is just me, and this is how I would operate, and this is how I view especially recorded game shows. I had a pretty fucking cool story.
All right, Peter.
To those I never saw, it was a shame I never met you. To those I met, it was a blessing to do so. I played a game I was proud of, and that's what I came to do. So however this ends, it'll be a good ending. Both the people next to me are people that deserve to win, and are people I'll be okay to lose to. I think that if I win, it won't be a mistake. And I think if I lose, I understand. Thank you, all of you. Those of you that I got to talk to, those of you that I got to fight against, those of you that I got to spend time with, talk to, play with, chat with, laugh with, and those of you that I only heard about in stories told to me by your friends after you were long gone. It was all so lovely. So here at the end, with my final statement, I'm not going to beg you for votes. I'm not going to hype myself up. I'm not going to say that I deserve to win. I've already done plenty of that. I think I do. But that was what everything else was for. Here at the end, I just want to say thank you and to tell you that I enjoyed every second of the time I got to spend with you and the time that we got to spend together.
Fucker, you're up.
So, this is my first ever recorded Minecraft game show, and I do not want any votes based off of sympathy for the fact that this is my first show. I want all my votes to be earned and deserved, and I want to have fought for them. Now, as I say that, I think that I have deserved and earned a lot of votes at this tribal council because of the dominating game that I played. I feel like it's without question that I had a lot of influence and control over all of the game, both pre-merge and merge. I somehow masterfully intertwined the social connections that I had to betray people, yet still come back from tribals where I was one of the main reasons that somebody went home and was still in the clear. I had loyal allies that caused rock draws and idle plays. There was so much chaos and insanity in this season that was divided by chaos, neutral, and lawful. And the neutral guy was the one who ended up running everything. I was the one who could cater to the chaotic people who wanted to make moves, but also the neutral people who like me, who just wanted to figure out what was best for them. And then the good people, the lawful people that wanted to do what was best, morally. I was able to get all those pieces together and build me an interchangeable army with different voting blocks every tribal. And I was able to get myself step by step as an underdog through every single tribal where I shouldn't have ever survived. And at the final 4, I was the last neutral person with 3 remaining lawful people, and was somehow able to cause a stir between the 3 of them to now be sitting here next to 2 people who I knew strongly valued their morals, and I was able to, as kind of a villain, use that to cater to them and get myself in the spot that I feel like I fought very hard, tooth and nail to get to.
All right, sweet. Thank you guys all so much for a fantastic season.
Thank you.
I'm gonna do a vote thing right now, just so I don't have to do it later. Okay, everyone, sit back down.
Okay. Fuck. COVID.
No, I fucking just choked on water.
No, fair enough.
All right. All right, everyone. I have the votes. However, we won't read them now. Thank you guys all for a great season, but thank you guys all for a great season, to the jury, to the pre-merge, to the final three. All of you deserve the win, but only one shall, and we'll see who it is.
Thank you guys all for a great season, and let's get to reading. You want to see your name come up on this parchment. I will read the votes. First vote. Soccer. Dan. Peter. That's 1 vote Soccer, 1 vote Dan, 1 vote Peter. Dan. Soccer. Dan. Soccer. That's 3 votes Dan, 3 votes Soccer, 1 vote Peter. 3 votes left. Soccer. And the winner of Minecraft Survivor, Lyo. Soccer. Congratulations.